What's going on, guys? It's Sass, back at it again with another video game review, and as you can see from the title of this video, we are in fact going to be talking about Link's Crossbow Whoa! Dude! We were supposed to talk about bananas today. Okay. I'm actually offended! What the hell? We had the entire day set up! I'm sorry, I didn't... And you're just gonna walk? You're just gonna walk on everything that we were supposed to do today. I didn't think that I was actually offending anyone. Sick and tired of this dude. I'm sick. I'm done. Okay, so it looks like we're talking about something different today. I mean, if that's the case, I gotta change my background, huh? Looks like we got ourselves a winner. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I promised myself that I would get 2 videos out in the month of November, and given the fact that I already got my Yu-Gi-Oh video out, and it was very heavily edited, and I actually got it out in a very good amount of time. I'm very excited about that. So I wanted to do a separate video type that I'm going to try out on the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Essentially, the way that I'm going to format this is along the lines of YouTube creators, along the lines of like Kappa Kaiju.
If you think for a second that you know me, that will be the last mistake of your life.
Drew Gooden.
Mouthful of poop, please. Danny, could ya?
Will Oldham.
My hand doesn't bend that way, and
they make really good videos, and I watch their content all the time. So imagine this as like a love letter to that kind of content. But the topic that we're going to be talking about today is my YouTube viewing habits, which is a little bit weird, but I will go into depth and explain it, and hopefully the entire topic is worth talking about at the end of the day. So my YouTube recommendeds are completely messed up again. It's either cat videos. I guess YouTube has figured out that I enjoy cat videos a bit too much, even though I dislike every single one of them because I don't want to prove to YouTube that I actually enjoy watching a tiny kitten walk up to you and meow for like 3 minutes. Yeah, I actually like that, and I can't let YouTube know that, but whatever I'm doing, it's not working with them. So the other type of content that I've been watching is these Reddit compilation videos. And for those of you who don't know what Reddit is, you don't need to know. But for those of you who want to go even further and not listen to my advice, Reddit is like a message board for the internet. I'm not even going to try to explain it any more than that because I will look like a huge idiot. I don't really go on Reddit all that much. I have a Reddit account, but no, I'm not on Reddit a whole lot. But essentially the videos that I've been getting addicted to these past couple weeks are these Reddit videos that are like someone asks a question and all of Reddit has the capability of answer, but the questions are so interesting. Hearing the populace's response to them is kind of the main point of why I'm so addicted to listening to these things. Things like people who work at wax salons, what's your worst horror story in relation to a customer, or what's the craziest boss you've ever had? A lot of these are sort of really weird to explain, but whenever you get to the context of the video, it's a little bit easier to understand. But where I have an issue, well, like the entire point of this video is because I've listened to these for probably like a good, 2 weeks worth of actual listening time. I listen to them while I work. I have just a few gripes, just a few gripes about these videos. First and foremost, the thumbnails for a lot of these videos are just what? I don't understand what they were going for. A lot of them are intensely sexualized. Obviously, they're trying to get people to click on the videos, regardless of the content inside of them. But whenever you look at the thumbnails, sure, whenever you talk about, some NSFW stories, or, what's your raunchiest or horniest you've ever been on the planet sort of question, yeah, I would imagine the thumbnail would have something like that. But why this? Why that? Why is there a very, very scantily clad anime girl for this? I don't quite understand. Also, it's so weird. Some of these channels have a weird infatuation with The Simpsons, and so it's funny because you can get The Simpsons thumbnails and you can get the raunchy, sexual, explicit thumbnails, but sometimes you can get the glorious combination of both. What? I don't know why. I'm pretty sure she's I'm pretty sure she's underage. I don't think you can actually do that. The second thing that I have that's like probably the main thing that you'll notice whenever you're watching these videos is every single one of these videos have the exact same text-to-speech voice.
What's the weirdest thing you've caught someone doing? Reddit. Teach me some street smarts. Teachers of Reddit, how have you secretly rewarded or punished a student?
With that comes a whole monotony. I'm not even sure that's the right word, but I'm gonna use it. Monotony of problems. First and foremost, some channels actually won't put like a beep in between stories.
I once walked in on my roommate rubbing lotion on our friend's back with a steak knife.
Like that, so that it kind of tells you, okay, this story's done. And we're going on to a new story. After a while, you just hear this constant droning of the exact same voice going on and on and on, and you start to tune out the story, and I guess technically the people who made the channels don't even actually care, because they're getting their watch time regardless, but it makes for an experience where if you're just listening to it at work, like I usually am, you start to tune out, and you're just listening to just...
To always show up late for my 10th joint
Stop! Now what's funny about that particular voice is obviously there's a lot of channels out there that use this exact voice. I think the channels that come to mind off the top of my head are Zero Lenny. He does a lot of Dark Souls videos and he uses the exact same voice.
Right then, so your sole reason for living is talking shit.
Cowbelly TV also does that. He does the Comment Awards series on YouTube, where it's essentially like smaller Reddit things, kind of like all over social media, and he just compiles them all together.
German science is the best in the world.
But the issue with that same voice being used is whenever I was first listening to these types of videos, I had them on autoplay because I wanted to put my phone either in my van or in my pocket while I was at work. I didn't realize until I had finished the day and I was going back to talk to somebody about the content that I was listening to, and I noticed that I hadn't listened to just one channel. I had actually listened to 6 different channels across YouTube that had the exact same format, almost the exact same background music, and the exact same monotone text-to-speech voice. I wouldn't say there's anything inherently wrong with that. All I'm saying is if you're trying to stand out, I would recommend either trying a different text-to-speech voice or using your own. Another thing that you'll come to notice whenever you're watching these videos is the amount of ads that are in these. Now, I'm not expecting the content that I'm listening to be completely free. I understand that. But there is an unbearable amount of ads on these videos. I don't understand why you feel the need to make this have so many ads. There's like 7 on any given video, and listen, listen, man, I don't mind listening to an ad or two whenever I'm listening to my completely free content that I didn't have to go out and find. But oh my god, you have to understand that this isn't just one ad. Most of these are two separate back-to-back unskippable ads. If that, it just makes it for a very poor experience halfway through. This one's a little bit on me, and I'm not trying to be one of those people who are like, ooh, tone police, you can't do that. But I think the main channel that I'm going to be speaking about is, I think it's called Updoot or Updoot Everything or Updoot Everything. I'm going to call them that even if it's wrong. They have this like carnival music that they play through most of their content, and it's fine. It's obviously copyright free, so they don't want to like use any copyrighted music. They don't want to use any music that's too hard to listen to in the background. You kind of want it to just be background noise that kind of like keeps the vibe and energy going. The issue with the background music that they use is sometimes the nature of the questions are very sensitive, and so sometimes whenever you're listening to it, you kind of get like a vibe whiplash whenever you're watching it, and you're just sitting there like.
When I was in HS, there was a student who was extremely independent who would go on solo hiking, fishing, camping trips fairly regularly. One year he just never came back from the woods. There were search parties and the whole deal. Never found any sign of him. No one knows what happened, but it's assumed an animal got him or he drowned or something like that. Really sad. Great guy.
I was beaten and my dad left me and now I'm suicidal. Maybe? figure out a better song. So this isn't specifically to do with the, well, I guess this kind of has to do with the videos. So I know how Reddit works. A lot of the reasons why people come forward in a lot of these discussions and these questions when they give their story is a lot of it has to do with not only sharing their own experiences, but at the same time on Reddit, they can get upvotes and whatnot. I think it's called karma. Whenever you post on Reddit, there's a chance that someone can monetarily compensate you by putting like Reddit gold or Reddit silver on your post. I don't necessarily know what that does beyond that. All I know is that whenever I'm listening to a whole bunch of stories back to back to back to back to back, all of these channels, which by the way, don't like to put a whole lot of work into the videos, go out of their way to include everyone's thank you message for like the upvotes and the gold and silver. And that kind of leads me into something else. These videos are some of the most low effort I've ever seen. I will never criticize any sort of YouTuber that goes out of their way to upload every single day, even if the content they create is of lower quality than they could essentially pump out if they gave it a day or two more, because I consider the grind of being able to upload every single day to be a very respectable trait. And so in that regard, I always try to at least leave a like or comment, because that does boost those videos in YouTube's algorithm. But in terms of these Reddit videos, most of the content that these people are pumping out isn't necessarily their own. Sure, they are going out of their way to browse Reddit, be there whenever these questions are being answered, and screenshot everything and then compile it all into a singular video for my viewing pleasure. But I always look at it as it's not their stories, it's not their experiences, and all they're doing is simply using a snipping tool, taking their story for their own, adding a little bit of background music, and running all of the text through a text-to-speech program. And I don't consider that to be something that's worth praising these people for. Sure, I listen to them every single day, and I'm technically like being a little bit of a hypocrite whenever I talk about this, because I am partaking in their content. The level of effort that they put into these videos is so low. They don't proof watch them at all.
The operation manager turns to my boss, goes like, polluting a friend's mind so he would provide them with my private blog that I wrote some personal things on, and spreading them to anyone who 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 to anyone who.
Also, I think the most used word that I've seen in all these Reddit videos is year or years. And the funniest part about that is this text-to-speech program says it in the funniest way possible.
Years.
How many years? I love that. I love it. So it's obviously a little bit less funny in the more serious stories, but I still find it funny. Also, I don't necessarily know where this specific problem lies. I wouldn't actually classify it as a problem, but for someone who doesn't mind if someone cusses, the only reason that I'm not cussing in this video is because of YouTube. And I imagine the majority of these Reddit videos also would not include any sort of curse words, just because of how trigger happy YouTube is with the demonetization system. But whenever you look at the stories that these people are reading, a lot of the times every single word that could be described as a curse word or a bad word is automatically censored. And it's not censored from the people editing it, it's censored on Reddit.
This teacher was a turbo C.
So the F word is obviously heck. Bitch is they just say you're a B. They won't even say ass. They won't say ass. They'll say you're being a butt. And I don't necessarily know if Reddit, which is considered to be, I think, the front page of the internet, why is everyone so heavily censoring themselves? Why is that? It's another thing to do with the tone that I was talking about a little earlier. Whenever they're trying to show how mad they are at someone, it's so funny because they won't even cuss. They'll just sit there and they'll be like the most family friendly angry person on the planet.
I got fired 2 months later by him, the day before my benefits kicked in. See you in heck, mother sucker.
Yeah, you B. I hope you heckin' die, you butt. Oh, was that, did I go too far? Did I go too far? I'm sorry if I offended you. And so that's not the only type of video that I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of the Reddit stuff, but the video has to go on a little bit longer, so I have 2 other types of videos that I'm gonna gripe on just a little bit. Actually, I'm sorry, I can't let you do that. Hi, this is Editing Sass, the one that has to deal with the bullshit that the guy who was just talking to you just leaves. I'm editing this video, and I'm gonna save you guys like an extra 10 minutes. I talk about TikTok. I talk about TikTok. No, you don't have to watch that. I'm gonna leave you with the last bit of video. I'm gonna leave out this stupid TikTok stuff. You think, is that okay with you? It's okay with me, because I want to get this video out at a good rate, okay? Bye. And I think the #1 thing out of every single one of these videos together is they all have like this weird thing with begging, which is fine. I understand. It's YouTube. I think the only person, ironically, the only person that actually does this very, very well is the TikTok compilations channel. Congratulations, TikTok channel! You actually made me want to subscribe to your channel. I haven't yet, because I'm not going to. But oh my god, it is so hilarious. They put this stupid emoji with this stupid background music. It gets me every time because it's most, you know how like people send you the pleading face with the. It gets me every time. I think it's so funny. But everyone else is like, oh, subscribe to me for my content. None of the content that these people make is their own. Everything that they're providing isn't the content that they're making. The Reddit videos defense, sure, they're compiling everything and they're doing the text to speech so you don't have to read everything. At the end of the day, everyone's just going onto these websites or these apps and they're taking content that's not theirs and profiting off of it. And somehow these channels grow to outrageous levels. It's insane. Maybe one of these days I'll just transfer my channel over and do that, since I don't know. Do people even listen to me? And I wouldn't stoop so low as to beg to you guys. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't actually sit here and say, hey guys, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. And I absolutely wouldn't say, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you're up to date on the latest goings on. And it would be outrageous for me to even think. I could like show you guys the description where you guys can follow me on my Twitter or even join my Discord channel, which is dead, by the way. And it would be stupid of me and just outrageous. I couldn't even imagine it. Like, I actually have a Patreon, and I'm not gonna make you guys actually go over